I grew up in a small town in Missouri called St. Joseph. It's where Jesse James ended and the Pony Express began. So it has a long, varied pioneer history behind it. And so I grew up in this small town and with this history background. But ultimately, I gravitated towards a business degree in economics from the University of Missouri, but then changed that direction and went into the creative world, which turned out to be the gift that I was given. And so I went into radio and television and ultimately filmmaking, and spent 25 plus years in Hollywood working with 22 Academy Award winning actors and actresses and notable and award winning producers and directors. I got a chance in broadcasting to win some awards myself, producing and writing and directing, and have done some other things. But I'm focused now on writing this book called Taking It to the Max. And it's, based on the trials and tribulations of my life, the things that I have learned along the way, the journey from, a small town in Missouri to, in certain ways, the peak of Hollywood, which is a whole story in itself. So what I'm doing in Taking It to the Max is taking these stories from Hollywood, working with these famous celebrities and notable people in these very difficult situations, and having learned the process of storytelling and making a movie. In Taking It to the Max, I'm equating all of that to life, to a person being born into this world, being on a lifelong journey, and ultimately having been given a gift and has to come up with a purpose for that gift. So in Taking It to the Max, I make a few assumptions that life is like a rat maze, and we are born into this maze on different levels, in different locations. We are given different skills and talents, different gifts, different character attributes, and we may have grown up in very difficult, very cold, very hot environments. We may have had a wonderful upbringing, but ultimately we are all on a journey, and we have to figure out how to develop our skills and talents and what to do with our gifts. Or in some cases, we don't do anything with that stuff. But the point of taking it to the max is to take it to the max, to figure all these things out, overcome the obstacles in your life, and become a hero. So I equate this journey to the hero's quest, and all of the obstacles that a hero journey has to overcome, the people that the hero runs into along the way. And of course the hero doesn't know he's a hero. He's just a normal person. But I'm going to make the assumption that all of us are destined to be heroes. And you're going to come across characters. You're going to have to make decisions as to what to do under certain circumstances, to overcome obstacles, to ignore them, to deny them, or whatever it is you do. But we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how to recognize all these things and use them to your advantage. And what we're going to talk about is whether you like it or not, you're going on this journey. And so I think it's a very compelling story. It's a compelling how-to book that's loaded with a lot of interesting stories from my life and from Hollywood, which a lot of people relate to, and stories from and about those people and the journeys that they have been on. So ultimately, if you'll stick with me here, we'll go through this chapter by chapter, and we'll talk this book through as we go. And then when the book is published and released, you get a chance to read that too, and that will go into much more depth. So welcome to Hollywood, baby. We're going to take it to the max.